enemy, yeah, like whatever you find
Okay.
the most difficult, kind of write it down so it's easier. But it's okay.
Okay.
We can we can start with fundamentals of position no matter what. Just give me the replay and it should be good.
Okay. In that case, I say.
Just
Oh
make
yeah.
sure
Let
it's
me.
not like stomp like you, because if you're stomping the enemy, it's not the best. That's all. That's why we just need the close replay. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Uh, I think. Well, I guess this one then. Hollywood. We won 2-1, but it was in 13 minutes. This is
Yep.
the shortest one that I have. We can do this one. Fuck it. It'll buff. Copy.
Mm-hmm.
Then let's go over to. Is there somewhere I can? Here we go. Oh, your live session thing's not working. I can just direct message you, I guess.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice. Okay. I'm screen sharing as well. Can you see my stream just fine?
Yeah, let me just go back to it real quick.
Right.
Yep. Got it.
Okay. So what do you think about this game here? What went wrong? What went good? Just general things. What do you think?
Let me think. Try to remember this one. Mm,
If you cannot remember, it's okay. I'm just asking if you remember anything. It's okay.
no, I don't. I don't remember anything
Yeah.
specifically. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. That's why. Just for the future, keep that in mind in notes. It's just easier. So
Mhm.
there's whatever like you struggle with. We can kind of adjust depending on that, but it's okay. Uh, let's just see what we discussed before. We discussed the damage part, right? So let's just see how we do it first. Starting out here, doing a little bit of P healing still, but you know, now going for
Yes.
damage. Yeah, this is just something you want to do right away. If you want to polish it, nobody will take
Yeah.
damage at this point because of the range, because of the because where the enemies are. I can also say this: if you ever concerned about this kind of moment right now, so
Yeah.
you can
I was just healing for no reason. I feel like.
No, but this is understandable. They kind of out in the open. You might think, okay, they might take damage. Sure, they might like get bursted or something. But you can also look at it from this perspective. Whenever you're in a game, you can separate the fight in two phases. The phase number one is the poke phase. What poke phase means, just simple kind of explanation, is when most of your team and most of the enemy members, they cannot press this primary fire actively. If I really simplify, because right now if you look at it, okay, who can really like do effective damage? Well, Kree cannot do that, Cassidy cannot do that because of the fall off. Obviously the Symmetra can kind of Symmetra sort of, but it's only right click, which is again travel time. It's really easy to dodge, so it's not reliable. Yeah, and also, well, Anna seems like she can. Yeah, but most of your team, they cannot be like really active with their damage. Yeah, for example, if you look at Derumatra, when he is the most veteran is when he uses his nemesis form. That's how you think about it. Okay, when my team is the most veteran, well, look at the abilities like Cassidy, look at his grenade, look at his like short the range. He's kind of mid-range character overall, and that's how you think about it. If you look at the enemy, it's also kind of the same thing. Well, there's only Hanzo and Anna, realistically, who can apply pressure and actually kill somebody. But even the Hanzo, the travel time, because it's significant, there's a big chance that your team will dodge that anyway. That's why in the poke phase, there's no really big threat of a kill usually, because
Mhm.
enemies like you and your enemy team, they're just not able to get kills as much because like how abilities works because of the range. Certain characters like maybe Widowmaker, right? They can maybe get a kill from a distance, but there's been a nerf even towards the Widowmaker where uh, if the range
Yeah,
is really long,
I'm
yeah,
tracking.
exactly, yeah, you can one shot anyway. So see, like almost every character in the game, they cannot get this reliable one shot. Okay, that's why poke phase just treat it like a phase where you applying pressure for the most part, just pressure, exchanging damage and farm renewal charge. That's it. Poke phase with farm renewal charge, and the second phase it's called brawl phase. That's when most of your members and most of the enemy members, you kind of can press this primary fire on each other actively. Usually you see enemies, both teams are on top of each other, kind of. Usually that would be you guys fighting around the point, yeah, around the objective. Usually expect the enemies kind of go through this choke, and then your team will be defending on those high guns here, yeah. But this is just, you kind of think about brawl as a more shorter range, yeah, like when you closer to each other. So this is when you actually might have those concerns about, oh, should I like maybe pay attention to healing a little bit more, but it shouldn't be again like I pre-heal right away, but I'm looking at who exactly applying pressure. Yeah, if there's any burst potential, then you can look at it, and once it's happening, like let's say Cassidy uses the grenade, or maybe there's a Doomfist who uses punch, yeah, all those abilities, you need to get closer. Yeah, the enemies, they need to get
Yeah.
closer. But once those are happening, you can kind of react to that with your healing. So the poke phase pretty much just almost never. There's like when you can, no, there's just
I
you never
understand it.
heal. You never heal pretty much in the poke phase.
I understand. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I
Okay.
was healing for no reason.
No. But this is like just to differentiate it a little bit also, so it's like understandable like
Yeah.
why. Okay, poke phase, brawl phase. Yeah, I think let's just go forward.
Keep calm, keep slime.
Damage here is good.
The breeze
So kind of around now, sort of. You can be started concerning. Okay, who is applying this burst pressure? Yeah, maybe it's Doomfist. Maybe there's gonna be. Wow, actually, all of them, they kind of just really far still for some reason. But once
Yeah,
the
I know.
Cassidy is closer,
Just
maybe you can be concerned about him or like about someone else. But this is another story. Let's take a look here. Nice shot. Okay, so kind of winning at this point. So like even now, just apply pressure. Okay, so there are two directions we have. We have target priority, which is kind of thinking about enabling your teammates, and the second direction is thinking about your positioning. I would start with positioning because it will solve this. Will help you with damage part a lot, and that is what our first priority should be. But then later we can talk about the target priority, because I see something like even now how you can think about enabling an enemy, sorry, your teammates. But I'm thinking going over positioning is better. What do you think? Like, do you want to go over positioning or target priority, just kind of enabling your teammates?
for now, just positioning.
Yeah. Let's.
I would say just positioning for now.
Yeah, this is what I suggest. This is like the biggest seam which you can improve on right now. Okay, so I just talk about the map control here. Let's just move back. And what do you need to be thinking about is Kiriko, because you read a mobile character, and any mobile characters, you want to take advantage of the fact that you have that mobility when you controlling the map. So if you look at your teammates right now,
Three, two,
Mhm.
one.
what kind of area they are looking to control?
I mean, right there, right around those cars, basically, right directly in front of them.
Yeah. So it's let's call it red area here. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what we want to be doing is playing in a position where we can control this red area better. So the first
Left
part
side.
about, yes, sorry, what was that?
The left side, behind that wall, over to the left by
Uh,
Ramatra.
Okay, the
Like,
left side.
probably.
So here.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Let's just say position number 1. Okay, why this position is better?
I think it's a good position because if we're looking at our team right now, they can see from the bottom. They have a really good angle all the way out here to this white car onto the other side of the street.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were to go onto the left side, I could try to apply some pressure from over
Mm-hmm.
here to this white car in front of these stairs.
Exactly, exactly. So see, the first part about controlling the map is that because you are taking different angles of attack. Now, if somebody is hiding behind those cars, yeah, like for example, somebody's hiding here or there, because you're shooting from one direction, it's really easy to dodge. Yeah, like everybody, they could realistically hide behind the car here, yeah. But if you're playing the left side now, this is just almost kind of not possible to do if you apply pressure from this and other side. So it kind of creating this crossfire constantly. But why you can do that, why you can be on this angle is especially because of your a shift, because of your TP. You can always TP out if something happens to you. So basically treat like your shift like a resource which allows you to control the map better, which helps you to kind of escape if something happens, and that's it. Kind of your shift allows you to be more aggressive, if that makes sense. Okay, so your idea a lot of times is gonna be not do not be stuck with your team, but just understand what area they're controlling and take an off angle, because we have this team position A. Now we can move it to position B, and we're creating this off angle. What off angle is just the position away from your core. Yeah, so if your core, what core means, it's most of your team where they are. Yeah, if your core is taking this A position, because we're at B, now we away from that core, we're creating this another angle, we're controlling the map better, just slightly. So this is the first part here. That does make sense, or any questions?
Yeah. No, makes sense.
Okay, so this is the first kind of understanding what angle we're holding. Now, the more... Yeah, let's just play this replay, and then we'll add other layers into it. So we have... Yeah, we just discussed this, so... The fight, yeah, like here, we got 2 nice shots in the Hanzo. By the way, if you look at it, if we control on the map, it becomes technically much easier for you to destroy this Junkrat, because the Junkrat's attention is also on your main core. So most of the people here, they are just getting pressured by him, and because he's looking at this direction, because he's distracted, it makes it easy for you to do damage on him technically. The another advantage, it's like also mechanical one, you know. A lot of Kiriko players, they kind of struggle with hitting shots, but it's understandable because you have projectile, and if you're trying to hit it from really far, it becomes difficult. That's why usually we want to hold short to mid-range angles, and because we are on that off angle. Now, like how this guy's gonna move, well, he's gonna move maybe like this way, or let's say this guy's distracted, we as your team, they're gonna be moving this way, and because we here, it's just easier for you to hit shots. Yeah, isn't an example? Yep, just pure distraction, and mechanically it's much better. Now Suzu here. Okay, we're still winning the fight, so it should be good. So see how through the fight we never ever able to use our shift. Yeah, so we only using Suzu, right? And we not so a lot of players, they tend to say, okay, shift is an escape tool, but in reality, well, of course it is escape tool, but in reality you should be using your escape tools to generate some pressure anyway, and because the pressure is on you, then after that we escaping. But let's say we're playing in the back, kind of just behind our team lane somewhere, then what's gonna happen a lot of times, your team dies, and then you're trying to escape and you lose the fight anyway. But if we kind of generating pressure, then we go more aggressive, right? So you can potentially be even like here on top, like we mentioned, because we have this kind of tool.
I see what you mean.
Yeah,
Basically saying the resource.
yeah, exactly. We are It's gonna be pretty common theme. Like when you're trying to push your limits, you thinking about even your defensive resource as an tool which allows you to generate this offensive pressure. For example, you have you playing Doomfist, like they have Doomfist, okay? Maybe what Doomfist can do, because he has block, right? He can think, well, I can be more aggressive now, and then if the pressure on me happens, then I can use that block. Or let's say Mercy, she has GA, because Mercy is playing more aggressive. If the pressure is on her, she can fly away after. But all of this baits attention, all of this baits resources, and this is how you support your team. You're not just kind of this support who like only damage, no healing. No, it's also about you actually forcing out a lot of stuff. Because you're generating this pressure, and now your team can survive. But once they taking damage, of course, you start healing them. Like there, your Matra is close to critical, and I think it makes sense to support him right now. See, this is one of these disadvantages of stacking with your team. Now, if the Doomfist tries to do this, then he can just hit everybody. But imagine if we're away from the team, like somewhere here. Now he will have a dilemma. Either he goes on you, or he goes on everybody here. So it's one more thing, yeah? Like we're splitting resources, right? You not only splitting the attention, well, attention is a resource too, but you're also splitting those cooldowns, or even ultimates sometimes. They have to choose a lot of times to what to do. But now he hits you and he hits everybody here. Okay. Oh, just watch a little bit. So just pretty much kind of laying on this main angle here. Okay, let's just see the second map. Okay, we starting the high ground. This is fine. Now, let's think about the angle. What kind of off angle we can be taking. So, first of all, we want to understand what kind of area your team is controlling, right? And then look at where do you expect your main core to be, right? And after that, you can decide what kind of off angle you can take. So, what do you think?
Well, I mean, looking at this, we have our sim. Our sim's probably not going to stay right there. It's probably going to come down.
Mhm.
Our Cassidy's up there by the door, taking an angle
Mhm.
towards the right. So it looks like everything's just kind of falling over to that door where Cassidy's at, and this hallway. That's what I would say. So I would say the main core right now is probably right there at the hallway.
Yeah, sort of. It's probably gonna be like usually people either stack like here A or B is more common, you know, there. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty much like they gotta be moving into this and then trying to play there. So what do you think? What your position can be at this point? If you're looking to control, so what? This entire area, right? So what do you think? Let's try to take off angle on that position. Think how we can generate pressure from there.
I mean, in this position here, I don't exactly know because you don't really have a good angle over here on top of that building. I feel like.
Yeah, but we're trying to control this doorway in the middle, right?
True. Then in that case, the doorway would work.
Yeah.
And if I were need to escape, I can always just drop down, walk backwards, anything like that.
So doorway on the left here, yeah. Or which one? The right side?
Not right side. That's controlled by the enemy.
Oh yeah, sure. So which one? Here, or maybe here?
I suppose for Cassidy's at them.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. I think this is a good one. Sure, you can start here and now apply pressure from this angle. You're still gonna be able to see your core. If they're going from here, well, you're still gonna have vision because everyone's fighting in this area. But this is your idea. We are setting up on this angle. We are holding here. Can apply pressure, generate pressure. Something happens, we can just escape. We can just use your shift to escape. Okay. And this is where you also might not need to use the Suzu to kind of uh, protect this Cassidy. This is one part about the
Yeah.
target priority, by the way, like really one short one. It's because your Cassidy takes an angle, you also kind of expect him. You thinking because he's doing that, he's more aggressive member, so you can also stay with him, and this way you enable him because you are pressuring. Maybe he follows up with a shot, then you get a kill. If not, maybe you can just Suzu and stay alive. You can also try to heal him, sort of always whoever is taking off angle with you, it's always nice to kind of support them. It's pretty common for that reason. Maybe if you watch any professional play, Kiriko plays with Tracer really well because you can just set up Tracer somewhere in the backline, really, really flanky. And because Kiriko can just TP through the wall, when Tracer goes, the Kiriko follows up as well, and you can just burst the target quickly. And after, you can escape if something happens. and support the Tracer this way, which is really, really nice. You see that in the Korean play a lot, for example. Okay, well... So this is the part about the angle, just general angle, but this what I described. It's a angle which is in a brawl phase, like because we are looking, we're kind of playing right now, and on this high ground, and this is a poke phase right now because both teams are really far from each other, right? But we mentioned that it's possible to apply pressure. Think about kind of doing damage in the poke phase to farm your... Well, it's not only about ult charge, but also getting the solo kill, because you can land 2 shots, 2 headshots, and this is extremely powerful if you can get a pick on that, on the enemy because of it. Okay, so let's think about now, is there anything we can do to kind of apply the solo pressure in the poke phase?
In this instant that you have on right now, no.
Why not?
I mean, there's really no way to hit anybody right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's because of our position, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
suppose. I suppose if I were to go again to the left
exactly.
and just start throwing some kunais.
Yeah. Just do that, and let's say pressure happens, then what you can do?
I mean, if they start trying to focus me, I just TP.
Yeah, you just TP out, and guess what? You get your TP back for the actual brawl phase again, because the TP is not as long cooldown, and the teams are really far from each other too. I'll give you an example of this. I think I did give you this as an example even in our lesson, just how it was done in the professional play, like how Finn was taking an angle. But I just want you to pay attention to it again. Okay, let me find it. Okay, so it's here, London Spitfire. Oh no, it's a Shock versus Dallas Heal. Okay.
Yeah.
So, for example, this one. Yeah. Like, good example of it. Even here. We have this.
He went over on the left. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and this is a poke phase right now. Poke phase, we're still able to generate pressure or farm ult charge. There's a reason. Yeah, like you're missing some ult charge, you can go for it. But the bigger reason actually is you getting a kill because just 2 shots on the enemy kills somebody, right? So we'll see. Like right now, he's taking an angle. Yeah, and see because it's not straight in kind of from the main side. Yeah, it's more wanna kind of on the side because he's there taking this off angle because his core is gonna be there most likely. If you know that, then we want to be away from the core, taking this off angle and see how we apply pressure from there. Mechanically, it's easier to apply pressure because Edison, let's say he starts strafing against the core, which he's distracted with anyway. If he starts strafing, then he goes for us in a straight line. Yeah, and it's really easy to hit for you those shots.
Yeah.
Exactly, and you also force some attention from Edison towards you, and because of it, maybe he cannot farm that that railgun, for example. Yeah, so this is like even in a poke phase, you still can split resources, you still can force out important stuff, and even ultimates, to be honest, if you do it right. Okay, so he's like kind of blind pressure, almost got a kill on a Chio, but he's escaping right after. It's okay. If the pressure's on him, he escapes. 7 seconds cooldown. Now he can just get back in a position and apply pressure from there again, because there's gonna be a brawl phase, yeah, where both teams are really close to each other. Okay, so this is an example of poke phase, and I can also give you an example of just how you apply pressure in a brawl phase from the angle as well. I can't find anything pretty much. And I think after this, what if you want, we can even do one game where you try to apply it. What do you think?
Sure.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, then let's take a look at the pretty much anything. So what the map we was playing? We were playing Hollywood. I don't have Hollywood. I think I can use something similar, like where there's some high grounds on available. Okay. This is a good one. It's just on YouTube, so why not to use that? Okay. Oh, this guy is actually done some ranked to GM, but it's a good representation of what he can do technically with taking angles. Just see how you can apply pressure first. Yeah, like so. If we've moved a little bit back, because his core is gonna be on the main, most of his team is gonna be on the main. That means we want to take this off angle potentially. I kind of move away from the core a little bit. So we split the attention, we make it easy for us to hit shots as well. Now, for that reason, going on the gas station is okay. Maybe he could also be somewhere on the left, but it's just harder to get there. And there's another reason why this is good, but yeah, let's just keep playing. He's climbing, and then he's looking for some shots. It's alright. And after this, because this guy's distracted, potentially landing those 2 shots on them is nice. Then we can escape, and we just gotta do it in time. By the way, just one addition, because see what he does with Suzu. What do you think
Protect them
about
from
this?
TPing. I do it all the time, honestly. If I'm about to die,
Mhm.
like right there, he's got 80 HP. I'm
Yeah.
about to die. I need a Suzu before I TP, because if I just TP, there's a split second. It's like, I don't know, like half a second to a second. I think it's a half a second though.
Yeah, sort of.
For whenever I TP away, you can hit me as I'm putting my
Mhm.
hands together.
Yeah, exactly. You see, knowing this, yeah, I think this is important. Just knowing that there is a slight delay, so you gotta kind of preemptively hit it. But the most important thing is also understanding that we want to use Suzu on the most aggressive person in reality, enable the most active person in the team. And if it's you in the moment, it's totally okay if you Suzu yourself, because in this moment you're the one who is applying the most pressure, so this is fine. But sometimes it can be different. Sometimes it can be your Doomfist, sometimes it can be your Matro. Doesn't matter. You can support them, but this is actually good. Just saying, like, in your rank, if you use Susan yourself most of the time, I think it's better. Why? Because you're not playing with like good people right now. They're not too good,
Yeah.
too good ranked people. The higher you go, the more reliable your teammates are, sort of. And that's where you can think, like, let's say I'm on top of 100. I can think, well, this guy knows what he's doing. So in some situations where it's more valuable for this guy to, like, go in and apply pressure, I can support him. This is okay. I know he's going to hit the shots and everything. But let's say you were playing at low ranks, because we're trying to enable somebody who's like not as good. It's not always nice. There's like even the concept behind it, kind of want to be rather the first focus is always should be towards the things which you can control, and you can only control your gameplay. In reality, you can control if you hit the shots or not. Yeah, you can control your positioning, but let's say your teammate, they don't hit something, or like they misposition. Well, you cannot do much about it. That's why using
I see what
this,
you mean.
using this for now, it's okay. Like, trust me, you gonna be the one who, if you're playing good and applying a lot of pressure, you actually save your team too. It's not like you're abandoning your team or something. It's not like you feeding or like going in
No,
for no reason.
I don't think so.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
don't think
Exactly. Because a lot of people they tend to think this way. Yeah, it's DPS more, DPS Ana. What are they doing? No. But if you are applying pressure, your teammates are safe because you are forcing out the attention, the cooldowns. It is really, really
Mhm.
nice. So this is like one example. Another example, just gonna use any high ground map again. Well, we can just go over this Route 66 second example. Okay. This is okay. Let me ask you this. You see the main core is from here, is going from here. The enemies, you generally speaking expect them to be like at this point, they're gonna be coming from spawn. They just assume that there is a second point of Route 66. So what do you think? What kind of angle he should be taking right now? What kind of off angle he should be on?
I mean, isn't there you can go up to that railing on top on the second story
Mm-hmm.
on the left side
Yeah, like
of
there.
this red building right here. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's how you can do it. You think your team is taking this angle, well, this is good. You can just go from off angle there. You're still gonna be seeing them, seeing your team supporting them. But the first support starts with indirect support, so damage first, and then after that we can escape if something happens, and you can actually even heal from here if there's a lot of pressure on the Winston potentially. But it's always good kind of start with this. When something happened, okay, we can escape, even in the middle of the fight, thinking how to play slightly away from the main core, because you have the mobility, your core, especially if those are immobile characters or low mobile characters, you don't want to be stuck with them because you're making their life harder if the attention's towards you and them at the same time. It's not
Makes
so,
sense.
it's not as
Okay.
good. Okay, so those been examples. I think you can try to apply this. We just gonna be doing it pretty much thinking about the poke phase, pressure in the poke phase, and then pressure in the brawl phase. But what's the difference is in the poke phase, we don't heal at all. We don't want to heal at all. Just try to go for normal damage, and you can even go a little bit deeper, yeah, at the enemy lanes and just try to escape. Brawl phase, you start with the pressure, but then when somebody goes critical, we start healing them. That's it.
Sounds good.
We can try to apply this. Yeah, you can just go in the game, do that, see the off angles, what kind of off angles you're gonna be taking. Well, we'll adjust. We'll see what we do in the game.
Okay. Sounds good.
Hmm.
How do you want to do this?
You can screen share here. Give me a second. I will give you permission. You can. Yeah, I think you can screen share right now. Should be fine.
Mhm. Let's do this.
Hmm. Do you have any questions so far, maybe, or everything's clear?
No, everything's clear.
Nice, good.
Let me
Let's apply the self
get out of
angles concept then.
here. Pump.
You can go in rank straight away. If you comfortable with that, let's do that. That's okay.
All right.
Let's do it. Again, the rank. It's honestly, don't worry about that. What we want to be worrying about is how we apply concepts. If we're applying concepts well in the long term, you get much higher rank. It's okay. Focus on the exactly applying things. should be good.
Sounds good. I think 1080. I think my computer will be fine. I'm putting on a laptop.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the laptops are usually a little bit harder because they're overheating when you're trying to screen share. But see, look at the
Here, I
settings.
can.
Maybe you can look to lower something as well, so it helps.
I could do this. It's gonna look a little bit worse on your end, but it'll give
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. This is okay. You can also go into video settings in the game to see what
Nope.
you can
I
lower
I
there.
stream. I stream on OBS. I just Discord is not so good with streaming.
That's okay. No, I just want to make sure you don't get FPS drops as much, so it's all good. Okay. Let's keep taking off angles. Playing away from the core is the first priority.
That's good.
I'll find my own path. Watch our
So see, you have a lot of dive characters who is used well. There is big potential for you to use your mobility to the advantage. If you have Tracer, for example, that is something you can abuse. Tracer goes on the angle, you can TP to her, and just stay there. Like even now, she's gonna triple blink, you can just TP to her, so you're faster.
I'm here.
Oh well, she's a little bit late. It's alright. Off angle. You're with your core. So left, right, take the side lanes. Yeah. Yep, good. This is good. This is fine. And if the pressure happens, you escape. Nice. Now, even now, think about the angle. Yes, good. Okay. This is fine. See, your core is in the main. Maybe you can move left here. Shoot somebody from there. Good. If the pressure happens, escape. Nice. Now we can kill the critical.
Enemy here.
Your main is critical.
me.
Okay, she's fine now. You can start shooting. Moira is in the back. Oh, that's fine. Almost. That's all good. Yeah, we good. Okay. Kill the Moira. She's right in front.
What's up?
Oh well, the Reaper too. Moira escaped, I guess. Now you can set up on the off angle again. It's a poke phase. Try to just walk up and shoot, and then TP. Walk up and shoot. There's a poke phase, so you just farm in your ult charge. Yeah. Yes, good. Just
I'm with you.
okay. Maybe you could stay a little bit more, but that was good.
Okay. Okay.
Set up on the off angle still. Prepare for the brawl phase.
Got one here.
This is all good. Nice. Helping out your Tracer is nice. Yeah, you killed the sweeper now. Now you can kill somebody on the main. Yeah. You see how you
There
like
you go.
not even healing your team as much, but you're just winning the fights. Oh well.
Ah,
That's alright. That's alright. She's she wasted
at
it.
least I do sealed.
That's all good. She wasted the ultimate there. They lost the fight.
Kitsune is ready.
So you can
lost.
think about the initiating with your ultimate once the fight starts later. But start from the angle.
Yeah, the frames are horrible right now.
Ah, well.
I normally get like 110. Right now, I'm getting under 60.
No, it's unfortunate. Move to the side a little, so it's left or right. Okay, that's fine.
Ah,
That's okay. You can initiate with your ultimate for the next fight. Once the brawl phase starts, you can start with the ultimate.
Their barricade.
that's weird.
Ah, yeah, I get it.
I'm here.
Okay. Remember, once the brawl phase starts, start with your ultimate.
Ah, shit.
That's
I
okay.
messed up. I could have Suzu'd there as well.
Done playing around.
Ah,
You can move forward. Yep. See if you can ult there.
Group up here.
probably not. If all my team's dead.
I've got you.
It's okay to reset right now. Oh, your team is ulting too.
Me. What's up?
If you get a kill, you can ult. Yeah. Shoot the squishies. Ideally, Mercy or Surgeon.
Gotta watch out for Reaper ult.
You kill him, it's okay. It might be Raz, but he still can shoot somebody like Anna.
Enemy here. Fight. Sometimes it takes two. Kokoyo. Let me balance you out.
Oh my god, I didn't even know he was there.
But hide behind the wall. No, this is good too. Take an angle. You're playing with your core. You wanna be on the side somewhere.
What's up?
Don't be afraid to even go for flanks, I would say. Just literally try to do this more 180 angles, if that makes sense. So you turn the enemy around. It's okay.
I gotcha. Kinda like how a Reaper would.
Yeah. It's just because you have a mobility, you can do that.
I'm here. Got one here. Enemy here. Purified.
Wow, I'm actually on fire.
Good decision to move up. Yeah, you can keep shooting. You're in a poke phase. You can escape whenever you want. Just spam your ult charge for now. That's all good. Shoot the Mercy first. Because she's the one healing. Yeah, that's good.
I'm on fire.
You're good. You can stay and fight. You can stay and fight.
Oh.
That's okay.
Oh.
You can just kill the surgeon. Oh, well.
I'm here.
That's all good. You have your ultimate for the next one. Initiating with that is really nice.
Yeah, I could probably pop it whenever Break pops hers.
Okay.
Don't wait for anyone to use the ultimate. Just initiate. You don't know if they're gonna use it or not, but you know that what you can do. You cannot control your teammates.
My ultimate.
Just initiate with your ultimate, and so okay. So like here, your team starts the fight. Initiate with ult right now. Just go for it. Yeah, this is good ultimate. Yes. And now you force an enemy resources. Good job. And keep shooting. Yes, that's how you do it. You pretty much don't wait for anybody. For the most part, you want to be this initiator. With the Kiriko, or like supports in general, usually initiate anyway.
I gotcha. Okay.
Unless you're playing like you have the defensive ultimate for something, like you play Lucio for example, they have maybe like Grav, maybe Zenyatta's Transcendence is more on defensive side as well. But even those ultimates, you still can initiate with them, use them offensively, generate pressure because you have them.
Keep pushing for the lead.
You're playing with your core too much. Play on the side. Yeah, this is better.
Like a gentle rain.
On the side, go left. Your core is in the main. Go left. Just wall climb. Go left. Yeah, exactly. Nice. This is good pressure. This is good. Escape. Nice. And retake it. Retake the angle again. You always kind of go back and forth from one angle to another. I mean, yeah, from taking angle to escaping.
I'm here.
Hmm.
Mom would be proud.
Good job. Oh, good. Kill the Lucio Ryan. Oh, Ryan's so low. I'm pretty sure. Oh, nice. Kill the Reaper. He's no shift. Well, oh, that's fine. That's fine.
It
You
bust.
just one more fight, initiating with ultimate, then we win it for sure.
Yeah.
Let's group up.
Honestly, I would rather stream on Twitch for you. Gonna be 100% honest.
You do what? Sorry.
I'd rather just stream on Twitch for you. I'm serious. I stream on there sometimes.
Yeah, sure. This is okay. We can do that too.
Crap.
Escape. That's good. You have one more fight still. They popped couple of ultimates. That is nice. It's one ultimate versus two.
Done playing around.
Still keep.
Oh, why did Zarya switch? She almost had ult.
No, it's okay. Go for it. Take an angle.
I'm here.
I think they're assuming that they cannot touch. Angle on the side. Angle on the side. You need to get a kill. Yeah, I think you get a contest the card here at this point. See if you can do that. I was really close. That's it. Really good when we were taking these angles. Maybe it's so winnable actually. Wait. Maybe your team gets a kill.
Close.
Try to get close.
Close. Go! Oh my god!
Tracer's doing so good job contesting there. No, that was a good game. Like, you did that's what I mean. You get better at this, like, taking off angles, and it's really benefiting a lot. Okay, I'm just gonna go over a few other layers, so it's gonna be easier. Okay. Okay, can you send me this game?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wish my aim was better on that one.
Yeah, but your aim is better because of the positioning, right? So...
No, not even that. Like that one point when I was with that tracer against the Reaper, like.
Oh, you're talking... Oh, when there was the last fight?
No, way back before then.
Oh, yeah, when you was taking the left side. Yeah, I understand. Okay. So see, like, that is exactly the situation where you're fighting the Reaper, right? He's strafing against you. Because he's strafing against you, that's more difficult. But if you move to the side, somehow, even in this duel, it's making it easy for you to aim. So we can, even at this point, we can just break it down a little. So, let's see. What was the exact timing of the fight with the Reaper?
I don't know, like, I guess a minute 30 seconds in. Minute 45.
No, let's find it. Okay, so I think we won this one. And then we're escaping. Okay. Oh, what I wanted to look at as well. So, when you're taking angles, okay, yeah, let's first of all go over this. There's like another layer we can think about. When you're taking angles, try to lean towards a 90 to 180 angle. So what I mean by this is, let's say your
I see what
team,
you mean.
yeah, like let's say your team is here. They're trying to take this A, and then what you can do technically, because you have a lot of mobility, is to stay at B or even move deeper here. You usually gonna be playing in between 90 from 180. This is the best solution for you, so you can apply more pressure and also escape when something happens, you force an enemy team's attention a little bit more this way as well. See, like, this is sometimes what we do, but there is still like kind of the old habit, yeah, where you play a little bit in the back line, and because we're doing that, it's not applying as much pressure or forcing as much attention. So technically, you could be like maybe here, or you can be, I don't know, here when your core goes like this way. Yeah, I'm just can be standing on this side of the map. So kind of 90 to 180 constantly. Okay, the part about the Reaper, like even here, for example, yeah, when we was fighting, it's kind of the same thing. We see him strafing against you, just like this, okay? But he's also strafing against the Tracer this way. Of course, it's harder to make those decisions in a real game scenario, but you know, your idea is always thinking how to make it easy for you to aim and make it harder for the enemy, okay? So even now, you can position yourself in a way so the sweeper cannot hit you as much, for example, and you can hit him a little bit more, or maybe it can be other way around. If he is still like actively dodging your shots, maybe it's gonna be easier for the Tracer to hit the shots, okay? So how we can position right now, if you want to make it harder for the Reaper to aim, and make it easy for you to hit the shots, or for the Tracer to hit those shots, what do you think?
I see 90 degree because he has to strafe against one of us. You can't strafe against both of us.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you're talking about on top of the train car.
For example, yeah, train there, or the left side if you can get there too. I don't think you can wall climb here straight away, so it would be this, yeah. But you always have those options, yeah. Maybe you have this option, kind of hide behind the wall, and then if Reaper still chases you, well, then he's gonna turn the corner, and then the Tracer kills him. But this is like one dimension. Yeah, understanding this one dimension. I'm at 90 angle, okay? Like, I can be here, I can be here, I can be on top, yeah? But what's better? To be on top or be in a low ground?
I mean, obviously, high ground is much better. It's easier to hit. Well, to hit headshots, it's right now my aim is not as good. So in terms of hitting headshots, I would say it's easier on the low ground, but being on high ground mitigates strafing.
Mm-hmm.
Strafing isn't as good.
Mm.
It isn't as efficient for whenever you're on the high ground. So
Yeah, you're
I mean,
you're right. You like in this case, okay? Like, what are we gonna be doing when we climbing? Yeah, you might make it a little bit more difficult to aim for you. So let's just do it this way. Think about it like a scale. Okay, so it's your aim, and then enemy aim. Okay, ideally, it should be somewhere in the middle. Always, you kind of want to make it easy for you to aim and make it harder for the enemy to aim. Yeah, so like here, let's just say it's make it harder to aim, and then for you want to make it easier. Oh, yeah,
like
easy, yeah.
yeah.
So what do you think?
Well, I mean, I guess up top, right there. Yeah. I mean, high ground.
Yeah.
I already knew high ground was the answer, but I was thinking about it like in terms of my aim right now.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's the first part, which you mentioned. My aim is not as good. Don't worry. Your aim is not as good. It's kind of the same thing as, let's say you go in a. I always use this analogy. You go in a gym trying to lift 100 kilograms, right? You cannot say, I'm not good at it, and don't lift if you want to lift, right? You cannot say, oh, I'm just going to go running, right? You will try to maybe lift 10 kilograms first, and then you'll try to lift 20, and then 30, and then 40, and then eventually you will hit this 100. It is the same about the aiming here. You want to try try to go in those positions still, even though it's difficult, and then eventually you will hit it. But you cannot avoid the problem. You cannot say, oh, like, I cannot aim, that's why I cannot be there. This is like the general part about improvement. Improvement is always hard, to be honest, and you might even see like how you fail at applying concepts. It's okay. That's why a lot of times people even derank when I tell them, you have to do this, try to apply all those habits. It's difficult. It's difficult to apply, and it's taking time to build it. That's why don't worry.
Well,
Mhm.
I mean, my aim, I'm not too worried about. I'm using Aim Lab to try to help me to get better at aiming.
Mhm.
Only problem is that like I am absolutely terrible, terrible at tracking. Cannot track for the life of me. But which is good. It's decent for Kiriko though because I flick. I'm a flick aimer. I always flick.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's one thing. But I always use Aim Lab, so I'm getting
Mm.
better. So I'm not too worried about it.
I.
But whenever you
Mhm.
said like the what's easier for you,
Yeah, yeah.
that's what I was saying. Low ground.
Yeah, no,
Even
yeah,
though
yeah, and this is another part which I wanted to get at. Yeah, so here, when we on the low ground, it's easier to hit if we at 90 angle, right? But now, if you look at it, who can apply more pressure at this kind of moment? You or the Reaper? What
oh
do you think?
Reaper, 100%.
Yeah, the Reaper. So he's kind of scary. So your idea, if you look at the scale, is be on more this side of the scale now. That is where we're trying to think about making it harder for him as a priority. We still want to make it easy for you to aim, but we sliding towards this a little bit. We trying to make sure we that's what we call it dodging, but still trying to apply pressure. In dodging, the movement is your first priority, and uh, when somebody is trying to hit you with a big burst, especially, you're trying to dodge this. Yeah, movement is the first priority, but you're still trying to hit. You're still trying to apply pressure. So think about it this way: if you move up there, okay, now first of all, if the Reaper will try to aim, he will have to aim up, and aiming up in Overwatch is really difficult. That is the one thing. The second one is while we're doing it, yeah, like when we were climbing, first of all, we're changing the angle to, which is really nice. And then because you're changing the angle, it might throw him off as well. And this way, you also like make this tracer. It's easier for her to hit this target too. So this is kind of a general thought process. Usually, when we in those kind of duels, it's okay to kind of think about, okay, if he has an advantage, I can try to make it harder for him to aim as a first priority, and still maintain this good position where it's possible for you to do things. Does make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. But in general, you also will notice this even when you are, let's say you're not in this situation where the dodging is the first priority, where the enemies, they're not actively trying to kill you. So maybe like here, yeah, when we starting out, let's imagine we're at this position. You still have an opportunity to relatively, well, it's gonna be still easier for you to hit those shots this way, because they're trying to strafe against maybe this. You on the high ground, right? It's might be the difficult part because it's not exactly the straight line. You have to aim a little bit lower in this case. But what do you do with vertical angles? Because you're taking those, you distracting an enemy a lot. And that's what you want to take advantage of most of the time. Think about like Tracer. Yeah, a lot of times people say it. Tracer is really good at distraction, but why? She's good at distraction because of her blinks, first of all. Yeah, she can just survive and blink everywhere. She can blink forward, right, left, behind. Yeah, there are a lot of options what you can do. For you as a Kiriko, how you can distract is, well, of course, you have this horizontal movement where you can just go forward, go backwards. Yeah, you can do things like that, take an angle. Yeah, this is horizontal. But if you have some vertical movement, that is something you can also utilize in order to throw an enemy off. It's much more difficult for the enemy, and you distract the enemy more if you're using this verticality. It's more challenging to hit the shots, but generally speaking, it's okay because the enemy, when they try to apply pressure to you, you exchanging. Think about, like, let's say we wall climbing here for some reason, yeah, and the surgeon trying to railgun you. It's a good trade if we just wall climb, miss the shot maybe, but she used the railgun. But at the same time, maybe there's also, I don't know, Diva maybe trying to also use rockets on us. Yeah, we exchanging resources this way because we're using verticality a little bit more. That's why with taking angles, yeah, there's like another layer we're gonna have. Not just 90, 180 angles, but try to lean towards verticality if possible. So you can throw an enemy off consistently and force more attention this way. That does it make sense, or?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, we can even use this example, which I gave you. Like, again, this is the one where this player here, he was using verticality at the start. Even, of course, he drops there because he cannot see the enemy. But you always see if you can take advantage of your mobility this way. Feel free to do that. It's okay. You can wall climb. You can shoot people. There are gonna be even cases where you take in a duel with the Reaper, and then for a short period of time, because he's aiming at us. So let's just move back here. So it was. Oh, it was right after this. Yeah. So we're gonna be taking a duel really soon. Yeah, like here. Yep. Let's say he's about to do a lot of bursts. We not just can wall climb and stay. We can wall climb for a short period of time. Because we're using verticality now, the Reaper, because his crosshair are here on this kind of head level, and it's not going above, then it's much harder for him to aim. But because we know where the Reaper is, we can adjust our crosshair. That is your idea constantly. I think we'll discuss it more, to be honest. This is much more advanced topic. There are a lot of things what you can do about the movement, how you can change an angle, sort of, like how you can wall climb. But at the start, let's start utilize verticality. Let's see how it's gonna go, and from there we can kind of build more advanced steps, I think. Okay? Okay.
Sounds good.
So that's us taking a duel with Reaper. Now just win it. By the way, this is really good. We're in a poke phase, moving up, trying to shoot people. This is fine. Potentially can stay just a little bit longer, but we wanna think about it, like why we staying a little bit longer, and what is the exact trigger for us to escape. Okay, so when you're trying to pressure there, what do you think can trigger you to actually escape to your team?
I mean, I just felt like, well,
Is this pressure from Diva, is it enough for you to escape?
I guess not,
Why not?
because she's not there yet. She's using her jets to go forward.
Mm-hmm.
I guess take at least 2 more kunais, at least maybe 3, maybe
Yeah,
4.
maybe. Okay. And when you would escape, at what point you would escape then?
Whenever she planted.
Oh, she does what again?
So whenever she planted, so
Mhm.
after she stopped using her jets,
Mhm.
throw like in that time, as soon as she plants, throw 1 more kunai if
Mhm.
I hadn't just thrown one,
Mm-hmm.
and zip out.
Yeah. So what you're describing there, you see kind of them applying a lot of pressure, them flying in actively towards you, like maybe the Eva flying towards you actively, she's doing a lot of damage at a short range, then you know, okay, it's a good time to escape. Or maybe there's a surgeon with railgun, she's just pointing towards you, there's like a trigger for you to go out. But I think this is something what can be a secondary priority right now. I would say start thinking about your HP simply right now. So it's the same as what we discussed before about the healing. When somebody's critical, you start healing them, right? So it's the same thing about you. When you know your HP is critical, you just look at the HP, yeah, if it's close to 100. Then we trying to escape. Of course, as a secondary priority, also look at the who does burst and everything, but don't pay too much attention to it yet. We'll discuss it later, of course, because it's important, but it's fundamentally it's not the step we should be paying attention to like now a lot at least. Later,
Not.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not the critical things that we needed to go over to build a foundation to get
Yeah.
me out of bronze.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
gotcha.
exactly. Yeah, because later those triggers they will be important. I will go with this. We will discuss scouting, decision making, like why you make certain decisions. But this is for later. Just probably we'll be hitting the silver, maybe even gold, and then we'll discuss it more. But for now, just thinking, I'm applying pressure. Okay, what's my HP? My HP is critical. I escape. Yeah, my teammates critical. I heal teammates. kind of like that. Just simplify. This is gonna work. Of course, there are gonna be exceptions still to that rule, but for now, it's not as important. We're building everything step by step, so we don't want to overcomplicate. Like, let's say now, we're taking an angle, even though it's in the brawl phase. We can think about being more aggressive and utilizing our HP as resources, as a resource. Sort of what I mentioned there, yeah, you can be more aggressive because of your shift. Yeah, you can be more aggressive because of your Suzu. You can be more aggressive because of your HP. So all of those things, leverage those in order to kind of apply pressure. So even now, applying pressure on the Reaper, well, if he does a lot of burst, then I can maybe escape, but you win in this duel because there's also Tracer, which is nice. By the way, how you can position to kind of make it a little bit easier for you to aim in this case?
I guess I could just wall climb.
You can do that. Yeah, you can wall climb and kind of play a little bit on the side, yeah? We going left or right, doesn't matter. Wall climb, and then the Reaper is trying to shoot this Tracer because we're trying to move towards 90 angle. Yeah, we're not playing on the same lane where our, whatever, like, who's applying pressure with us. Yeah, we want to go a bit on the side. That would be kind of 30 degrees angle here, which we form. That's still okay because we're physically not able to go for 90, but we constantly leaning towards 90, so we make it easier for you to aim, or even 180. You can also do that. Why 180 works because it just creates more distraction. That's why Tracer is gonna usually flank in a lot, and you kind of a lot of times for that reason is good playing with the Tracer because you can TP with her, just stand the angle, yeah, distract people. All mobile characters are just extremely good at it. Winston, Doomfist, Diva, Destruction, because you have this mobility, you can apply pressure easily. Oh, this is unfortunate. I don't think we could have done much. We tried to move behind the cover.
I was like, I'd rather my tank be alive right now more than anything else, and trying to also save myself at the same time.
Yeah, that was okay. So see, like here, even
rolled here
for a split second. See where we should be moving right now.
On top.
Yeah,
left.
instantly. Yeah. So see, this should be like a habit constantly. If you can apply it efficiently, always at the start of the fight, I'm going on an angle which is vertical, 90 angle or like 180, always much better. Here,
but at the same time, my Zen was low.
Yeah, but cannot you heal Zen from here or there?
He was so low. Diva was diving. I feel like that if I would have took the time right then to
Right here. He's not critical. This is our main thing.
I mean, but tank's about to be critical.
Yeah, they do. So what is the priority? Looking to set up or heal your teammates? What do you think?
That's frustrating. I know the right answer. I know what you're looking for, and I know what you want me to say.
but why? But why? Like why it's more important? It's important to understand why. Why it's
I
more important to
can-
set up?
I would guess it's more important to set up because I can divert some of their attention away while I'm
Mm,
healing them.
mm-hmm.
So I heal them,
Mhm.
they start shooting at me. I try to
Yes.
strafe, and then if I take a lot of damage, I can TP back as they're moving back.
You know, honestly, the really simple answer as well is you want to set up because you the only one person who, well, you can only control your gameplay, you cannot control your teammates, so you always should be getting the highest advantage you can in order to apply pressure on the map, but by yourself. It's okay. That's why you will find those situations sometimes where you might think, okay, what I should be doing, should I be enabling this teammate or enabling my play? The answer is enable your play as a first priority. If you're top of 100 right here, top of 100 would not think about healing this person. It's good to heal that person later, but first priority, I enable myself, my top of 100 play. Yeah? I'm going here because I'm able to maybe shoot somebody 2-shot and kill them. Divert attention, yeah, split the enemy attention. It's really nice because I'm looking to carry. I'm not making it like letting my teammates carry. First of all, my first priority is how do I do that, if that makes sense. So setting up first, then heal your teammates, sure, go for it. By the way, here realistically, you have a lot of time. You TP'd instantly, wall climb. That should be your priority, not healing. But our priority is like we TP, heal right away. TP, wall climb, you're the position, nice. Now you can start applying pressure. Your Doomfist is realistically also not taking any damage, but there's another part. Why he's not taking damage, because these guys are, they really far. We'll talk about it later though, but when we'll discuss the target priority.
But real quick, like, can you push it forward by about 3 seconds?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So.
Or all right, so like, go back to when like the Zen was like
What's up?
about critical. Like he's critical right now.
No, he's not.
No, not the Zen, the Doom. But
Uh-huh.
let's say instead of healing him right then,
Yes.
so like let's ignore those heals, and I climbed up.
Yeah.
So by the time I climbed up, Zen should have, and by the time I climbed up and turned around, Zen should have just about reached the train car.
Yeah, sure.
So, and by that time, he was pretty low.
Yeah. So.
So at that point, if they're both low, there are teams coming in.
Yeah.
I should start. I like. I should just start focusing on them to try to divert attention because I feel like they're just gonna ignore me,
No.
especially the diva, and they're just
They
gonna
can.
kill the tank.
They can ignore you, but at least you set up the play where you can kill somebody as well. That is the thing. Well, if they're not paying attention to you, that's good. You can start killing somebody after you heal these guys. So I mean, this is just like idea why we being here versus being here. Yeah, if you're talking about from this perspective, if you're not diverting attention, right? You're not doing anything like diverting attention here, so it's not useful. If you do divert attention, they look here, and then your teammate's safe. If they're not, well, whatever. But there's no point like if we being here this position anyway, right? We're not like setting up this bigger advantage or anything. they
I see
still
what you mean.
it's still easier for them to shoot. Yes, like they might not look at you, but at least you tried to set up this extra rival here. Well, if you distract it, that is nice. If not, then maybe you get a kill, which is also nice. It's kind of the same thing. Why before the fight we're not starting with our team? Yeah, like for that exact reason. Yeah, because you want to set up your player where you do damage. You want to set up the player where you're trying to divert attention because you do that damage as well. Here it's a little bit more complicated. Of course, you cannot do damage right away because they are the Doomfist was critical. But see, like when this happens, this guy's fine now. Shoot this Mercy twice or something, maybe you kill her, but because you set up this play, or like you kill the Reaper, 1-2 shots, Reaper goes back, your teammates are not critical anymore as well. Always,
I see
first
what you mean.
priority, set up your play first. Don't worry about the teammates too much. That is pretty common though, like especially for support. people tend to think I'm looking to support, yeah, like enable my teammates, but first of all, to enable your teammates in the right way, enable your play. Enable your play. Later, you can think about the, who is critical. Start healing them. It's okay. Trust me, if you're gonna apply this, it's just if you're gonna be consistent at it. Also, trying to take those angles, just gonna be so much better. It's
I
gonna.
gotcha.
It's gonna be just this. Okay. Oh, we have some
Well,
time. We can
I'll do it.
summarize at this point, I think. What
Okay.
what do we discuss so far with you? Yeah, let's go
Okay,
with this.
so positioning, angles, let's say distractions, huge. Enabling my own play instead of enabling my teammates because I
Huge, yeah.
can't control what my teammates do, but I can control what I do. Always take high ground, basically. Really good to take 90-degree angles, especially whenever we have someone else flanking. For instance, Tracer. Whenever I was going up against the Reaper, because the Reaper cannot strafe both of us. So he would probably panic and just fade away. Um, and that's the biggest thing I got.
Yeah, also small things which I'm gonna mention, such as a shift allows you to generate more pressure. Keep that in mind. Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, you can escape,
Yeah.
but just don't forget that we can always kind of, even in a poke phase, we can go a little bit deeper, try to shoot the enemy, see if they apply pressure on you, we escape. But we trying to escape right now only when our HP goes towards critical. So when we around 100 HP, that's enough usually. So it's not too late or not too early. So let's just say this: when HP is at 100, escape. Escape with your ship. Of course, there are other things you can look for, but for now, let's just pay attention to our resources. Later, you can pay attention to enemy resources, your resources. This is all important, but for now, this. Okay, angles. Angles 90 to 180. Try to take those. Playing away from your core and using verticality. Yeah, I think this looks good. Is there anything else? Do you have any questions, maybe?
Not any questions, but something I just found out
Mhm.
right before this that I wasn't really paying attention to, and it's probably something that I should think about. Like even during the game, like I'm so used to like I don't know, physics applying, I guess, like in FPS games, that I kind of shoot in that way. For instance, let's say you and a Reaper are strafing both in the same direction,
Right.
and we're about 10 yards apart. Physics should say if I aim directly at that Reaper's head, because I'm moving, let's say, I don't know, 2 meters, or let's say I'm moving a meter a second, really slow, whatever. As we're both strafing, that kunai could hit directly where I'm aiming, as we're both moving along the same speed. Because the kunai, even though yes, I'm throwing it really fast,
Yeah.
it's also moving with my body 1 meter per second towards the left, following where I'm going. But Overwatch doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And that's something I didn't really realize until just before this. I'm kind of amazed I've been hitting headshots, honestly.
With projectiles, you will have to kind of predict a little bit for that reason. Yeah. So let's say I'm the Reaper is strafing, you strafing. Yeah, you can go the same way that he goes, but the problem with projectile is you cannot aim like this directly. You will have to aim somewhere like maybe here-ish. Yeah, depending on the situation, you will get used to it. There's no like. I don't even want to give this answer like, aim a little bit like on this 1-2 degrees angle. No, it's honestly, this is like really,
Lead your
really
shot.
small thing. You will get used to it. Just kind of, think about where your shot kind of try to predict usually with projectile. That is the general answer. From there, you will understand, okay, at this range, I should be aiming like more left. Usually it's going to be the longer the range is, the more you have to kind of the longer it's gonna take for projectile to travel. That's why they can move longer distances, and that's why you will have to aim like somewhere like more like left or right, so you will actually gonna be able to hit things. But if you're closer, then yeah, it's almost like a hit scan. That's why you will have to aim it only like only slightly to the left or right. If you're really close, you
With
don't have to move it at all.
Kunai, it makes a huge difference to hit a headshot more than a body shot, especially against a Reaper. He has 250
Yeah.
health.
Exactly. We aim for the headshots always, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Always on the same plane of level as their head, but
Mhm.
it's just so weird because this whole time I've been I would train it on their head because I would try to match their strafe in order to make it easier for me to hit them.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then I would aim at their head because, logically my brain is like, yeah, this should hit.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then
yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. It works with the hit scan, which projectile, no, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It works for Cassidy. Cassidy's perfect, but not for Kiriko.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's something I should think about from now on.
That's why the general advice is take to short to mid-range fights. Too. If you're looking to apply pressure, there's also something you can keep in mind. I can even write it down in the summary because this is important too. I'm just gonna say take short to mid-range. Lean towards the short though, because
Okay.
this way it makes it easy for you to aim. Later you will understand when to keep the mid-range. There are a lot of nuances, but again, think about it like the scale. Yeah, like on one side of the scale we have short range, mid-range. We always lean towards the short range, kind of, if possible.
Makes sense.
Okay, take short to mid-range fights. Okay, any other questions?
No, that's all.
Okay, then later, I'm thinking let's discuss actual target priority and enabling your teammates now. We can look at this, how you enable them, enable the most active member, what they can do in order to do that. Also, we can keep discussing taking angles, but we'll discuss maintaining angles a little bit more. How you can stay there longer. Like we talked about those triggers, but